Hey everybody, we're here for another trailer review, this time of Lego the Movie.
The Lego Movie.
Oh, the Lego Movie, not Lego the Movie.
Right.
That's a different thing altogether.
Very exciting.
You get that off the shelf, it's something else. Yeah, who else knew? I remember hearing about this in production. I remember hearing the casting rumors, Channing Tatum, all that stuff a while ago. I assumed it would be a 3D movie or a CG movie, and kind of like the cutscenes of those Lego video games, where it's just kind of like glossy 3D.
Yeah.
When I saw that it was emulating the stop motion stuff, I was like, wow, that's totally not what I was expecting. Were you guys expecting it to be stop motion?
I'm very excited that it looks like stop motion.
Yeah, when the trailer dropped yesterday, there was some speculation whether or not it was stop motion.
Yeah.
So the very fact that we didn't know is a good sign.
It's a terrific sign, and we were really researching, trying to figure out if it was going to be
I mean, clearly it's CG because they're doing arm movements that you couldn't do with the figures, but it's really, you know, putting the limitations that you would have if it was stop motion.
Right. So we're getting Mike here with us, who is our cameraman. He kind of films all the stuff because he's a big Lego fan.
I'm a big Lego fan. I actually went to Legoland in Denmark when I was little. Awesome. I have a 7-year-old now, and I'm very into Lego.
How many Legos do you think you have? How many pieces?
Too many.
Too many? Too many.
Because I have all of my Legos, and then I have my sister's kids' Legos, and then I have now my son's Legos.
Nice.
And so
it's like a pop culture phenomenon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I never got into, but I wish I did because it robbed me of a childhood.
So right away, they're obviously trying to fool us with like legitimate.
Yeah,
sort of, like,
right. And this was
the Avengers, or is it Justice League? Like we don't know what this is at the beginning here.
And this was cut by Transit, our friends in Santa Monica. There they just did that, cut this one, and I think this trailer just rocks. It's very funny. It's very hilarious. That's Emmett, voiced by Chris Pratt.
Yep. From Parks and Rec.
From Parks and Rec, soon to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
You can see his little name tag on the.
They're on the pants. So that's
very
nice.
cool. So he actually, Chris Pratt. That means that he'll be one of those actors that joins Halle Berry and a few other guys, I can't remember off the top of my head, who's been in a Marvel movie and a DC movie. I don't know if you could call this a DC movie, but it has Wonder Woman, it has Batman.
But they have the licenses for both.
Exactly, because it's a Warner Brother property.
They kind of have licenses for everything.
Yeah. And you were saying earlier, like, maybe we'll even see, like, Harry Potter Legos.
Yeah, I wondered, like, we have the Lord of the Rings and the Harry Potter Lego lines. Yeah.
Right.
So they could appear later on.
Exactly. So Chris Pratt is one of those guys that's going to be in both. Now here we go. These guys, who are they? Chris Miller and Philip Lord.
Yeah.
What was their last film? 21?
The last film was actually 21 Jump Street.
Are they doing 22?
They are. It's scheduled for upcoming. But yeah, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which I really like.
I did too. That surprised me.
Yeah.
Both of those movies actually. Both of those
these are all the
movies
minifigure sets. Obviously, we have like. Statue of Liberty is from Series 6.
Oh, did they get Daniel Day-Lewis to reprise his role here?
There he is, Lincoln himself.
That would have been fantastic.
That would have been great. Yeah.
And that's the Superman. There's a couple versions of Superman. You know, Man of Steel version and the non-Man of Steel version.
So they're actually pulling from their like.
Yeah, this is definitely like the world of the Lego minifigure series.
Interesting.
And Wonder Woman. Someone pointed out on Twitter yesterday that Wonder Woman appeared in a Lego movie before she got her own movie. So.
I remember seeing that. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man,
for that pilot, they tried hard. Now this is the Green Ninja.
Green Ninja.
Now he's a big character in the Cartoon Network show Ninjago. He's actually Lloyd, and he's the son of Garmadon. So he's like the main bad guy's son, but he's a good guy.
I wasn't aware that Legos had like.
There's a big mythology. Just around Ninjago, there's like a huge mythology.
That's cool. That's really cool. And there's kind of like an Indiana Jones looking cat.
And lots of castle sets, figures back there.
Now it's
and
really
now this guy. This is
this
is some of the first sets that use minifigures were these space sets in the 1980s. And I actually had these sets when they came out. And this was actually the first blue space guy I was looking up. It was in 1984. It was set 6824, and they're all numbered, all the sets, so it's like very cool. You can keep track of everything. But prior to that, they were yellow, white, and red space guys. So this is kind of the first blue one. And he actually says 80-something, you know, space guy in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I love the decay and the
that's the
really
part.
Cool. And like Lego fans will love this because the first thing that always breaks in the helmet is like the little part at the bottom there.
And it's broken. That's really funny.
And it's just awesome that they have it. It looks like it's been chewed by a dog or something.
I think that kind of detail, one of the other co-directors, in addition to those guys, is Chris McKay, who is the lead animator and the director of a lot of Robot Chicken.
Right.
So I think he was probably a consultant in terms of like what makes something a stop motion, how like kind of probably a lot of the technical stuff.
What sells it.
Exactly. And a broken little chip like that is something that sells it.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting and really fascinating how they got a CG like engine to do this in a world where it's really simple to just take your camera and film some Lego stuff. The fact that it's more
very
cost
like Toy
efficient.
Story though. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like it's almost like Toy Story world, you know?
Right,
it's
right.
Like you kind of these are real things.
What does it say though, that it's more cost efficient to build an engine from the ground up and have CG kind of characters than to just take.
Well, I imagine so many of the Legos are already modeled, so because
That's true.
they have to create the
Right.
models in order to make the molds.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they already have kind of all these models, these
Yeah.
3D models, you know,
Yeah.
all CAD models.
Right.
So it's very easy for them to port them over. Now the texture mapping and stuff, obviously that takes some time.
Right.
But what's amazing in this, that I can tell at least, in a lot of the Lego movies, there's always stuff that isn't made of Legos.
Right,
Like
right.
Ninjago and stuff, they always have like trees or things that aren't totally made of Legos. It's kind of all the set pieces are made of Legos, but other parts aren't. In this, it seems that everything is made of Legos. Like
Yeah.
later we see a canyon sequence, and it's all made of Legos.
That's
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
That's
Which
fantastic.
is pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
And you referenced the games early on because we've seen a whole series of games. They've done
Yeah.
Batman, Harry Potter, Star Wars. I'm really glad they chose this aesthetic.
Exactly,
instead of the
I completely
cutscenes.
agree.
Yeah.
And it's really ballsy of them to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, how smooth and how graceful can they get it before it just like?
But
what's
also
point
the
of that?
kids are going to resonate with this because, like, my son, all day long, he just watches
Right.
Lego movies
Yeah.
on YouTube. And so, like, he's going to love this because it just feels like a YouTube video. And someone
Exactly.
actually posted that in the comment that it feels like an expensive YouTube video. I think that's great. I mean, I think
Because it's
that's
going to
what you
inspire
resonate.
kids to
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
their own stuff. I mean,
Absolutely.
this is really one of the most creative and inoffensive product placements in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, some of my first stop motion projects were Legos. And
Yeah,
so I think
yeah.
this is just
Ninja
gonna-
Turtles right there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the Crash Test guy.
Oh, nice.
It's
They got
Series
the-
4 and the Hazmat guy. Now, in
Like that.
2003, they actually licensed the NBA products. They
Ah.
made 24 of the players. So we have 2 of them there.
Interesting.
And this right here is
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman's character, the poor man's Gandalf of sorts.
The ghost back there is from the Monster Fighters. Same with the Mummy. You see the Mummy in another shot.
Oh, cool. And this is genuinely funny. I find like
Yeah.
the trailer's just very funny.
Just in case.
And
The whole thing again.
we're gonna get the song "Take on Me," a
Point
kind
the
of
shark at
remix.
him.
Yeah,
of,
you guys see the shark
The
there?
shark is awesome.
Oh, wait,
They're
where's
throwing
the
the
shark?
shark?
Because that
Lego
shark is just such a highlight from Lego history.
Oh yeah. It's
I
just
feel like
Every time you got the
awesome.
pirate set, he was always.
I think you were deprived.
I
Andrew.
was. I must have been
You
deprived.
see the shark there?
And
He
the
just-
the little snake. The little snake on the left side is
Yeah.
amazing. But
I
the
was
other
more of
shark-
a Connect kid. You remember?
Oh, yeah,
Connects were
Connects.
like the ugly ugly.
At least
cousins.
you weren't Mega Block, you know.
Oh, Mega
'Cause
Block.
you
I
could
would
get-
never
Yeah.
go that
I
way.
wonder if some film studies courses are going to dissect this frame by frame in the future because there is so much to take.
Now,
So much
obviously,
on the
this girl is a
screen.
new figure,
Wow,
unless
I like
she
this.
was a figure I don't remember, but I think she's like a new figure.
And I think she's voiced by Elizabeth Banks.
That's just like an epic.
And like
Right.
even the red on black, you see how it's just a Lego.
See, look, but
set.
this is
Exactly.
all
So
Legos.
cool.
The mountains in
Yeah.
the background,
Yeah.
if you go forward, right here, see, look, it's all built of
Yeah.
Lego. You can
That's
see
really cool.
all the pieces.
And it looks fantastic.
It
Like
looks
it
amazing.
looks genuinely like stop motion, which is
And
great.
like the way the light changes in this shot. And
Right.
Stuff. Oh, and it's even
So we
says
got
the
Batman
Batwing.
here,
Yeah.
who's voiced by Will Arnett. I think that was ingenious
great,
casting.
great casting. And I'm really excited. I'm just super excited about this movie. It totally was on my radar. I kind of knew about it, but after seeing this trailer, and I love the Aha or Take on Me.
Yeah, the Take on Me
Right.
remake is pretty amazing.
Especially because it's kind of like, not just is it a great song and a great remix, but the music video for that is about kind of going into another world of animation.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
this is taking us into another world of animation.
I think it's a great choice.
It's very hip, very cool. I couldn't Like, this is kind of what trailers are all about, where they just slap you and say, hey, check out this project. I wasn't really...
Of course, I was depressed when it said 2014, because going back to, like, 4 months ahead of time, it's like...
Right. And in 3D. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, is it in 3D?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't mind the 3D here, maybe. Although the kind of stop motion might
CG, I think in general the 3D looks pretty good because it's easy for them to kind of tweak the camera constantly and re-render the scene.
That's true.
If it's not perfect.
Yeah.
So you kind of expect the 3D to be pretty perfect in CG movies.
That's true.
And again, just all the distances, the micro distances, I think that could be really utilized well.
Because they are using it as if we are kind of getting close up. The lenses, it's kind of doing that tilt shift effect.
Yeah.
So you're right, the draw distances will be really great for 3D.
Yeah.
So
could work out well.
Yeah.
So we know this is CG, but I am awaiting the inevitable fan-made video where they shot for shot recreate the whole thing with real Legos. That would be
amazing.
Your son could be a part of that.
He's probably already working on that right now.
There are always guys who remake trailers to Legos. What are they going to do with this one now?
Hey Andrew, they remade your Dark Knight trilogy trailer.
That's true. They
Lego.
did. They did.
That was amazing.
Awesome. So maybe some live-action versions of this.
Exactly. Now the only other thing is to inverse that and make a $100 million live-action version of this with Henry Cavill as Superman and Christian Bale as Batman.
And then people will be wearing the heads and stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And some lens flares there. I just noticed that.
Yeah, it looks genuinely great. This is just one of those movies, man. We've had a lot of great trailers recently. A lot of great back-to-back fun.
I like this because it just teases and it just gets me excited. It doesn't give anything away. I don't really know what the plot is, but obviously it's gonna be very exciting. And Lego lovers are just going to be gushing over this thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're stoked, guys. What do you guys think? Are you totally hip that it's stop motion, or at least the aesthetic of stop motion? Was this even on anybody's radar like us? We'll comment back. Please comment. Till next time, I'm Andrew.
I'm JS.
I'm Mike.
See ya.
Thanks.